Hey, how's it going? Happy Thursday. It is technically Friday. Tomorrow is Good Friday. Happy early Easter to all my Juju Gang friends. Lots to talk about today, of course. And I'm just going to switch here on Webull. Awesome. 992 sitting on Tesla at the moment. No lack of news today. Let me know, by the way, if my audio is coming in clear on the stream. Hopefully it is. I just set everything up. You know, today's interesting. Alex, I see Alex, Mimi, John, Great American. How's it going? Let me know where you guys are tuning in from, city, state, country, whatever you guys feel comfortable sharing. Paco, how's it going? Sean. Okay, great. Good to know. Sounds good, says Stefan. Awesome, Stefan. Thank you. Okay, so down 3% on the day. Elon has, if you didn't know, put in a bid, an offer to buy Twitter, take them private as of this morning. A lot to talk about. Elon was just at TED here in Vancouver, actually, in fact, and maybe I'll run into him. I got an appointment, actually. The reason why, by the way, I'm doing Power Hour early today to end the week, not at the usual last hour of trading, is because I got to go to a wedding venue to take a look for next year. So, by the way, wedding, I was talking about this. We were talking about this in Discord, some good tips given to me, but man, wedding planning sucks. So whatever, blessing, or, you know, I won't complain about it too much. Okay. So Chrome, I'm going to pull up my tweets here and we're going to go through a lot of things here. How's it going, everyone? Let me read out some places here before I read out some of my tweets. Dallas, New York, Cupertino, Boise. Hello, Mr. Clementine. Hey, I got the Jujus right here. I recommend you guys do the same. San Diego, maybe from Sweden. Awesome. Tampa, Norway, Montreal, Las Vegas. There we go. South Carolina. David from Juju County, California. Beaver County, Silver Spring, Maryland, Colorado Springs. Awesome. Alaska. There we go. Adam says, "Yes, I can show you how to have a free wedding." Please give me advice. Johnny, how's it going? Thank you. Appreciate that, Johnny. Germany, Romania. Is the TED interview out? It should be out officially. I got a couple of links I can pass your way. Quebec. Awesome. Okay, so take my first slice of Juju here. Let's talk about TED today. Good old Mr. TED. So, by the way, I tweeted this out this morning. Let me know you guys' opinions on this. I said, I don't believe Elon believes Twitter. I don't think Elon believes Twitter will accept the deal anyways, but I think he needs an explicit reason to go and start his own platform, for better or for worse. You know, Elon's offer to buy out Twitter, yes, it's a big, fat, massive distraction from the core business of Tesla. But remember, when you invest in Tesla, you're investing in Elon. When you invest in Elon, you invest in a guy that really isn't motivated by money, by capitalistic metrics. This guy is motivated by things bigger than that, bigger than humanity, really. So, you know, you take that with how you want. I see a lot of backlash on Twitter as well regarding all these shenanigans by Tesla shareholders. And to a degree, I get it. It makes sense. I mean, it's kind of a sideshow a little bit, kind of like when Elon was selling his shares earlier. But remember, this is a guy that doesn't care about these kind of materialistic metrics like we do. By the way, the guy that interviewed Elon, Ted Chris or Chris Anderson, amazing job. He asked really awesome questions to Elon. He kind of poked him, probed him. I think he did a wonderful job. There's a couple quotes though. Elon said, quote, "The future can't just be about one miserable thing after another, solving one sad problem after another. You've got to have things that excite you, like you want to live." I thought that was a pretty good quote from Elon. And then also, let me just pull up. We will hear. You'll notice that on a lot of the Twitter news, Elon was asked. That's not Twitter. Elon was asked, "Hey, if Twitter doesn't pass or doesn't accept your offer, do you have a plan B?" And he said yes. He didn't want to get into what that plan B was. I'm guessing it's his own platform, but he didn't want to get into it. So he's got all the leverage here. It's on YouTube. Yes, it is. Yes, Boyle, I saw that. Yeah, exactly. Let's see here. Hold on one sec. I've been so busy this week. By the way, I apologize for not having a video yesterday or the day before, 2 days in a row. I've just been so busy. a lot of buyers in this market right now, and a lot of multiple offer situations that I've just been so caught up in that I've hadn't had time to. Boyle, yes, your opinion. Yeah, it's funny. I mean, Elon, right, is a guy that doesn't care about. Right now, he's on a Twitter. He's on a free speech crusade, for better or for worse. Remember, this guy's got everything he needs in his life, materialistically speaking, right? There's nothing this guy couldn't buy, yeah, if he didn't want to. To a degree, to all the naysayers and haters of Elon and his crusade towards free speech, I just say this. Imagine if he just left and he was like, you know what? I've got all the money in the world. I can just be low key. I can be kind of a, Richard Branson type of personality that just kind of minds my own business. Or, I can just be more of a hermit or more of a monk and just get away from society and just live with my billions. But this guy's still putting himself out there despite not having to. And I think that I think that has a lot to say as to his motivations in life. He can cash out and be fine. There's no motivation besides what I think for him, it's free speech. So for better or for worse, that's just how it goes with Elon. It maybe says, how boring would our lives be if Elon left? That's a big part of it. I know for me, okay, let me know in the chat. Would you guys use Twitter differently, more or less, if Elon left? I've seen people on Twitter saying that they would start using Twitter a lot more and supporting them if Elon left, which I don't get, but there's that kind of niche group of Elon haters out there for sure. For me, I think Twitter would be, actually I tweeted this out last night. Let me just show my shameless plug of my tweet there. I tweeted, I said, where is it? If Elon, by the way, I tweeted this last night. I had no idea this Twitter offer was going to come out. If Elon Musk leaves Twitter, this platform will instantly become 69% less entertaining. And I agree. I feel like I'm going to use Twitter a lot less if Elon does leave. Not that he's going to, but yeah. Oliver says, granting Twitter declines, how low can Twitter stock be when Elon unloads his share? Well, that's the thing. Elon holds the power. If they reject Elon's, and he said as much in the SEC filing, if you read it, Elon said if they don't accept, he's going to contemplate selling out and just backing out of the deal. He's 9.2 or whatever percent invested in Twitter already. If he starts dumping those shares in the open market, folks, we already know what happened when Elon was dumping shares for Tesla in the open market, and that was nowhere near 10%, right? That's 10% of the outstanding shares. That's not even 10% of the float. The effective float of Twitter, he must control way more than 10% of. So, Boyle says, same no matter what problems, unless Elon Twitter just takes over, which I find unlikely. Kevin says, I only use Twitter because of Elon and Tesla. I mean, I know a lot of people that mostly use Twitter for Tesla news. Yeah. Yeah, you know what? Okay, a big portion of this, by the way, of the move that we're seeing here, I'm not sure if it's respect to, like, we're down 3% today. But I think it's good to have context. The NASDAQ ETF, the Qs, are down 1.6%. So for all intents and purposes, you could call today a day that fits in line with a typical move on Tesla, granted where tech is today. So I'm not sure if we're selling off, correlation doesn't equal causation, of course, but I don't think we're selling off because of the Twitter news. Twitter is volatile, of course, because of Twitter news. But the fear that Tesla shareholders might have, and let me know if you do in the chat, is if Elon's bid does get accepted, where does he find the cash? Does he loan against his shares as collateral and borrow against that and lever himself back up to buy Twitter? What are the mechanisms of him should there be a successful offer here on Twitter? Does he have to sell Tesla to buy Twitter? Does Tesla buy Twitter? All these questions we don't know the answers to, and I think the uncertainty definitely has a portion to do with this. But we'll see. Andy, how's it going? Who is this? Says Board says no. Mr. Musk dumps shares, crashes price, buys way bigger percentage, and owns Twitter for cheap. I think there's something to be said about that power move that he kind of has. Like Elon didn't put himself into a position of buying the entire company. Dude, I mean, look, this guy plays chess when we're thinking checkers, right? By him first buying 9.2% and then stirring the pot and tweeting all these things about Twitter HQ turning into a homeless shelter and Twitter employees and like trashing basically the Twitter employee base and Twitter management. By him buying that stake first, now at least we have plausible, not deniability, but you have a plausible connection to, okay, now he wants to buy it outright. And he kind of has the leverage all of a sudden. Had he not have Twitter, 9.2% of Twitter, if he makes this offer, there's really no downside for Twitter. I mean, yes, Twitter might go down with stock price, but as it stands right now, if they decline his offer, he's going to dump greater than 10% of the effective float of the company, and perhaps in the open market. If he does that in the open market, that's going to crash the stock price. If that happens, then he can just buy it cheap. So he owns kind of all the leverage here in this scenario, which he, by the way, would not have had he had put this offer out to take it private prior to taking a 9.2% stake. So, yeah, who's this? Says he's playing 4D chess while everyone's playing tic-tac-toe. Yeah. Tic-tac-toe, good game. Leo says Elon could be sandbagging his cash position. He could be, but I don't think he has 50 billion in cash. I would estimate he has less than 10 billion in cash. That's my guess. Boyle says Elon selling more shares definitely a risk, but short term it's an opportunity if you aren't levered. But I think the risk of Elon going full white whale creating a new Twitter is far worse. I'm on board saying even last week when the Twitter news came out that I don't think starting a new platform is the way to go. It's not easy to do. It's not. It's okay. It's kind of like legacy auto, right? Elon, if the metaphor you want to use is Elon is buying up GM's EV division instead of starting his own EV, right? And of course, putting aside Tesla for a hot second, that's kind of the analogy a little bit, is like you're buying into this company that sure might have a couple of things that you like and have all of the user base, but really outside of that, it shows that Elon does not like the management company or the management team in Twitter and the way that they're running things. So it says no more than 10 billion in cash. Well, the offer's for what, 50 or 40 billion or something like that. So you'd have to finance it. That's my point. He says, I think Elon's bluffing. I think maybe he hopes the board will bend the knee without a buyout. Maybe. That only goes so far. I mean, if he can force them into a couple decisions here, edit button, this, that, the other. But at the end of the day, I think to have a long-term sustainable relationship with the board, with the shareholders, there's going to have to be a resolution, I think, one way. But let's talk about Tesla. Let's get away from Twitter. I think the Twitter talk is, I don't know. And I get it. You guys probably like talking about the Twitter news, and it's kind of what's relevant at this point in time. But really, I kind of want to focus on Tesla a little bit now because I think we're kind of losing sight of what's happening. So a couple things. Next week, we have earnings, of course, Wednesday, after hours, April 20th. I'll be going live for Power Hour, 12 p.m. Pacific to 1 p.m., staying on live throughout for Tesla earnings call at 2:30. So it'll be a mega live stream. Do this every quarter. Hit subscribe if you're new. That's one thing. Expectations for next week's earnings are, of course, for quarter one, are pretty decent. I mean, yes, Tesla delivered a good amount of cars. Shanghai was, for the most part, open in quarter one. So I don't, and the new factories weren't being ramped. I think the biggest thing to consider for this earnings call is going to be their forward-looking projections into quarter 2, 3, and 4. Of course, we know Shanghai is still down, not open. It's anyone's kind of guess as to when the Shanghai plant will open back up. Berlin and Austin are ramping as we speak, so those are going to have a downward effect on margins just because of unit economics, no scalability yet, and also having to capitalize and expend a lot of things on the accounting lines that may depress margins for a little bit. So I think look out for those kind of statements coming out from Zach Kirkhorn during the earnings call. I'm not sure what's being priced in at the moment regarding those amidst all this Twitter news going on. But I think short term speaking, the next couple months here, there's a lot that could go sideways. I mean, best case scenario, Shanghai opens up very soon here in the next couple of weeks, and Berlin and Austin continue and surprise with their ramp way faster than we expect. But again, those I think have a smaller percentage chance of happening. So I think the timeline really for everything coming out and becoming a lot better is probably summer, end of summer. I mean, it's kind of looking like, because remember, these factories, let's say if Shanghai, and there's some reports, and I see someone in the comments also throwing out May 15th is the Shanghai news. We don't know that, but yeah, I mean, I saw that report out there. If that's the case, I mean, think about re-ramping. Having to re-ramp factories is not easy. Having to bring back employees, inevitably some might leave during this timeout and go away. You might have to replace some people. It's re-ramping is not going to be just turn on and they're going to go back where they are. It's not going to be too hard, but again, I think that's important to have that into our considerations. And then on top of that, I think with Berlin and Austin ramping up, no one really knows the speed of which or how fast the acceleration can be for the ramp up just yet. The saving grace this quarter might be some of the 4680 batteries coming out, helping out margin a little bit, but I suspect there's nowhere close to the volume that we need it yet. So how do you spell Juju? It's with a J. By the way, Juju, right? So I take your citrus shots now. By the way, let me know what you guys are eating right now. Hopefully not lemons or something. I need to buy, as per the Juju Gang Discord recommendation. What was that variety? What was that variety of oranges you guys were telling me I have to buy from the store? I forget what it is now. It was the one that had the weird wrinkly skin on it. Which one was it? No, this wasn't a clementine. No. Oh man, what was it? No, it wasn't a cutie. No, it wasn't cuties. It was something in our Discord. Sumo. Yes, it was sumo. Thank you. Thank you, B. Yes, sumo oranges. I gotta try a sumo. I feel like I've definitely had one. Here, I'll pull it up for all the uninspecting people out there. I've definitely had one of these guys. I just don't remember. Apparently, people live and people die by these oranges. I don't know what the specialty is here, but there's definitely something. I mean, this weekend, you guys have my word. By the way, you guys want to check out some merch? I'm updating some stuff, but I've officially bought the domain. I think I announced this a little bit. I bought the domain name nicejuju.com. So if you want to check it out, go to nicejuju.com. The merch is there. I'm going to be dropping brand new designs coming up. I told you guys last week I paid for a designer to redesign a lot of this stuff. So a lot of this legacy stuff you might see changed up here, including the Juju emoji next week. But look, be on the lookout for that. Nicejuju.com. That's the new brand name that I've decided here. Who is calling me? People like to call me when I'm on stream. I don't know why. Sumos will change your life. Says Aaron. I love it. Yeah, you know what? I'm excited to try the sumo. I don't know what the specialty with the sumo is, to be quite honest. I don't actually get it. Daisho, thank you. In the Discord, just threw in sumo there. Must be a little bit behind on the stream. Yeah, the sumos, I'm excited about the sumos. I think if the hype lives up, I might have to change my new wallpaper. We'll see. You know what? This orange is not half bad. My track record with oranges in the last couple weeks hasn't been amazing, but it's not half bad. Okay, let's do an options overview. So Trade Ticks here, link in the description if you want to check them out. On the day, options order flow, we're looking like still a bullish divergence. So about $1,000 is kind of the price target sitting on the options order flow at the moment on Tesla. If you look at the biggest order volume that's come in today, put and call. Let's take a look here. So 12 orders of 1,000 strike, 68 orders of 1,000 strike here. So it seems like 1,000. I'd have to get the kind of the timing on this one. I don't think we've breached 1,000. Actually, no, we were higher than 1,000, of course, this morning. But since then, so 1,000 strike, some 1,050 strike for next week expiration, but 24 orders, $5.17 million worth. And then on the put side, nothing massive. We have 46 contracts or 46 orders here for 980 strike. Nothing massively out the money, maybe except this 900, but only 2 orders here. So keep an eye on that. I think we probably close above $1,000 today, but we shall see. We shall see. Yeah, you know what? There was good questions on the TED board about, if there's misinformation, who gets to decide if it's misinformation and all these sort of things. So I guess we'll see. I can pull up some of the TED Talk if you want. Let me see. I can pull up some of it if you guys want to. Let's see here. Video recorder. Let's do this. Oh, what happened? There's a part that it froze here. Maybe this is it. I see a comment here from Sanju, by the way, one of our mods, saying Elon buying Twitter is kind of like Jeff Bezos having Washington Post. I mean, to a degree, I think, but I think Elon is also wanting to be careful to not become Jeff Bezos in that respect. So, look, Elon's saying that he can technically afford it. Kind of to me hints that he doesn't necessarily think this deal is going to happen. Of course, he could buy it. I mean, if he sells enough Tesla, he'll be fine. But again, it goes back to Elon's point. Elon is continually saying this is for civilization. This is for the free speech of humanity in the long run. Like he's not saying it. He's not saying it because he wants to make money, right?
Having a public platform that is maximally trusted and broadly inclusive is extremely important to the future of civilization.
But you've described yourself.
I don't care about the economics at all.
Okay, that's cool to hear.
So he doesn't care about the economics. I'm going to fast forward to the master plan part if I can find it here. Hold on. There's a section where Elon started to talk about master plan part 3 and what was going to be in it.
There's incitement to violence.
Yeah,
that's not it.
There's an obligation to. I think we would want to err on this. If in doubt, let the speech let it exist.
Okay, more free speech stuff. Let's see here if I can.
Twitter is an incredibly important town square.
Okay, continue here.
Or retweets and favorites.
Let's move on to master.
Creating a prototype or going into limited production.
Okay, here it is.
The absolute.
Oh, what happened here? Hold on. Ted's feed was, by the way, not the best. I'm just going to pause it here. Oh, he's back. I have a mic drop moment. By the way, this guy reminds me, Chris, the more I listen to Chris, the more I think he kind of reminds me of Dave Lee. Kind of cool, calm, collected, thought-provoking questions. Kind of reminds me of Dave Lee. I don't know if I'm off track there. 987 sitting on Tesla at the moment. It seems like we're going to have obviously a red day. The question really is, do we finish above 1,000 or below 1,000 to end the week? Remember, no trading tomorrow. No trading Monday either, right? I think both Monday and Friday are bank holidays. Let me just check New York. Anyone know in the chat? Let me know in the chat. Is Monday also a bank holiday? Or it might be, but I guess let me just check Monday. No, it's just Good Friday, right? So just Friday trading is off. Monday should be back in action. But you know what's interesting? I mean, at the end of the day, it's never a boring day in Tesla land. There's always something happening. It's Easter Monday, but yeah, I'm not sure if But you know what? It is what it is. And you know what? Let me know in the chat, by the way, your Tesla closing price guesses. I can't stay on for the entire hour here. I've got an appointment to run to for 1 p.m. So let me know your Tesla closing price guesses in the chat. Remember, Price is Right rules. Shorter week. I will have some content, I promise, your way for this weekend, though. Tomorrow, Saturday, Sunday, and then, of course, back on Monday. Maybe we'll do a market open live stream on Monday as well. Who knows? Monday's a bank holiday in Sweden, says Sweet Hunt. Sweet Hunt, I just saw your DM. I'm afraid I don't think I can share that though on the stream. That was giving me funny photoshops though. Banks aren't allowed to be closed for 4 days. Yeah. So there you go. Throw your chat, throw your guess in the chat there. I'm gonna guess $1,001 on Tesla to end the week. And I pulled up the weekly graph here. I didn't even talk about it. Here's the weekly graph on Tesla. You know what? It's not as ugly. Of course, if you look at the continuation from last week, but this week in and of itself is not that ugly. I mean, we've kind of chomped around here for the most part. But remember, I mean, we're still pretty much consolidating right above the 21-week moving average here. So all in all, building a base up here above 1,000, hopefully to end the week, is not the end of the world. Tesla's been stress tested through a lot. The big question is going to be, what does earnings week bring us? So we'll see. Awesome. Much love. Look at the options chant. Okay, sure. I'll give you guys the options rundown before I sign off here. Let's see here. The options algo flow for Tesla. Oh, wow. Yeah, it came down quite a bit. A bunch of puts probably came in here. Yeah, so options the options algo score is now consolidated with the current stock price. So there you go. There goes the bullish divergence. Maybe I shouldn't have guessed 1,001 after all. But we shall see. I saw some reports of massive amounts of calls and puts expiring today. Not unlikely, but I guess we shall find out. Markets in Europe close on Monday, says Martin. Okay, there we go. I guess we'll find out soon enough. Much love. Take care, everyone. Be well. Remember, at the end of the day, you got to put your phone away for the weekend, sign off. A lot of news stories. Shorter week, albeit, but still, I mean, at the end of the day, try to prioritize your family, friends, mental health, whatever you want to do in that respect. Have a wonderful weekend. Take care. I'll catch you the next one. And stay busy, stay happy, stay healthy, and subscribe on your way out. Much love, guys. Take care. Yasher signing off. Peace. Yes, happy Easter, too. Did I forget to say that? Yeah. Happy Easter to everyone that celebrates Easter. Take care. Much love.